guys, Carl Brown from Guitarlessons365.com. Today we're going to take a look at Follow Me Up by Phil Keaggy. Now this first video is just the intro. We have a little bit of delay going with the tone. It's just like just one repeat delay. But it's pretty simple stuff, this intro, and then the next videos we're going to take a look at all the soloing that goes on in it. So let's take a look here. We're going to start with basically an E minor 7th chord shape. Now that's just a bar hit the 7th fret across 5 strings with your 3rd finger on the 9th fret on the D, and then your 2nd finger at the 8th fret on the B string. So start with the bar first and then hammer on those 2 notes. So just a downstroke, hammer those on, and then do a quick down up. Alright, then we have a straight. We're just going to drag our 3rd finger down across the 5th and 6th strings. Just kind of go down, just at a steady downstroke, and then come back up with your 1st finger. Alright, it's just with the delays, it kind of creates that effect. So we got. Alright, then we're going to move that little phrase up to the 12th fret, so it's the same thing. And then again, and then after that second time of at the 12th fret, instead of going up and down the strings here, you're going to play these 2 chords. Alright, so we have 10th fret here, it's a G major 7th chord. We have 10th fret with your 1st finger on the A, 12th fret on the D, 11th fret on the G, and then 12th fret on the B. Then basically just move everything back 2 frets, except for your 1st finger, which you only move back 1 fret. So it becomes 9, 10, 9, 10. Alright, so we have, and then back to the that same rhythm figure at the 7th fret. So do that twice there, and then we have this little phrase. So that's going to be that same major 7th chord shape that we did at the 10th fret, but now at the 3rd fret. And you're going to bar across the whole 3rd fret here, so when you hit that, you're going to strum all the way across to the high E string. So you get that 3rd fret note, that G there on the top, the melody note. And then to that same minor 7th chord shape, but at the 2nd fret. Then over to the 5th fret, full bar, and just place your 3rd finger at the 7th fret on the A string. And now when you pretty much just strum across to the B string. So we have that melody goes. So we have. Alright, now we're going to strum that chord again, but this time hit all 6 strings. Then move it up 2 frets. And then, now this last chord, I'm basically using a bar that goes over 2 frets. So it's a little bit awkward at first. But what we're basically doing is just a basic C major 7th chord shape. That's your 1st finger on the 8th fret there on the 6th string. And then the 9th fret on both the D and the G string. And then your 2nd finger here at the 8th fret on the B. Now your 1st finger is going to mute, the bottom of your 1st finger is going to mute that A string so it doesn't ring. But it's also going to go over to the 7th fret at the end of it, so the bottom of your pinky, so you can basically hold down that 7th fret with the very bottom of your 1st finger. So it's muting the 5th string, it's holding down the 8th fret, muting the 5th string, and at the same time going all the way and holding the 7th fret on the high E string. So you have. So the easy way to do it is coming from this previous chord, just move your 1st finger up, but leave the base of your finger down there, of your pinky, your 1st finger there. Alright, so then we have this. So that's just a G major bar chord at the 3rd fret, then a D major bar chord at the 5th fret off the 5th string, to that same E minor 7 bar chord. Then we're going to do this G again that we did earlier, but what we're going to do is we're just going to do it kind of the Hendrix way, where we're going to have your thumb on that low bass string. All the other fingers will pretty much be the same, except this bar only has to go across 2 strings here. We're doing that because we're setting up for this next chord, which is these 2 fingers taken back to the 4th fret. So it's 4th fret on the A and the D string. And then your first finger is going to play the 2nd fret on the B string, and the high E string is going to be open. Now that 3rd string in the middle needs to be muted, probably by your index finger kind of going over its string and rub it into just touching that G string, so keeping it from ringing. And into this chord. That's a nice one. So we have the 2nd fret on the low E string, 1st fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B. Let your 2nd finger once again mute the 5th string with the bottom of your 2nd finger. So alright, then we go back to the same figures, and there's an overdub which I threw in there in the beginning of the video. That's actually not done by the same guitar, but I just kind of threw it in there because you can make them work together. So we had the same rhythm figure, then we had this little lick. So that's just a hammer on the 2nd fret on the A string, so open A, hammer on, then open D, then back to the 2nd fret on the A string, then we have this, which is sliding into the 5th fret on the D, play the 2nd fret, then open, then back down to the 2nd fret on the A. Alright, and then you keep going. Alright, so we have, that's just kind of the same lick, just off the D string now, hammer on the 2nd fret, over the open G, back down to the 2nd fret on the D, then just come over to the 2nd fret on the G, do a whole step bend, then pick it again, open, then the 2nd fret on the D. So basically he goes back to those. He's going to be playing one of those between each little chord thing up here. When you go up to this one, it's going to be the higher pitched little lick. And then just kind of do the same 2 chords. And then that same that we ended with before. Now there is a little lead line going even above that, so there's a lot of overdubs going here, where it's just got, and that's just, it's just a whole step bend at the 10th fret, then release, then pull off 8 to 7 on the B, then over to 7 on the G, and slide up to 9, and then every once in a while I'll just do that, which is just sliding from 11 down to 7 and then up to 9. Okay, so that's all we're going to really take care of, all the rhythm guitar parts that happen in the song. There's 3 guitar solos. It's an instrumental, so it just keeps going. So we're going to take a look at those in the next video. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.